Good morning. It's 9:30 a.m. Tuesday, July 23rd. Please rise and join us in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I'd like to start with a prayer, please. Heavenly Father, we beseech your divine guidance in this meeting. Keep us ever mindful of our obligation. Grant us, dear Lord, wisdom, tolerance, and courage, that we may well serve our county and fulfill our trust.
Amen.
Amen. All right. And we've got minutes.
Move to approve the minutes of, I've just got to check the date, July 18th. It was a weird day. July 18th commissioner meeting.
Second.
Move in second. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Harrison?
Yes.
Sweattick?
Yes.
Hambley?
Yes. All right. Any public comment regarding pending resolutions? Seeing none, we'll go ahead and proceed. We've got the Sanitary Engineer's Office first.
Morning, everyone.
Good morning.
One resolution for consideration today, and that's authorizing the sanitary engineer to enter into an agreement with Rolling and Hocevar for professional design services for the Main Drive water main project.
Move to approve.
Second.
Moved in second. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Harrison?
Yes.
Sweattick?
Yes.
Hambley?
Yes.
All right, thank you.
Very good. Thanks, Jeremy. Okay. Nicole Lee, our Human Resources Assistant. Good morning.
Good morning. I have one resolution for you today, approving the personnel changes. We have one new hire at the Office for Older Adults, one appointment change at County Home, 8 rate increases, 4 at Sanitary, 1 at County Home, 1 at Transit, 2 at the Office for Older Adults, and then we have a rate and date correction for Sanitary.
Move to approve.
Second.
Move in second. You said you had an appointment? Is appointment change? Or you said it was a new hire?
I have a new hire and an appointment change.
We
don't have the new
we don't have
hire
the
on here.
we don't have the new hire.
Oh, okay.
Pardon me?
No,
it's not on the back page.
That one was actually removed. I'm sorry.
Okay. All right. All right. Just
Now that I'm looking at
checking,
it,
sir.
yes.
So we have
I'm like,
one
wait a
appointment
minute.
change,
Eight rate increases,
Okay.
and then the rate and date
Let's-
correction.
So moved in second on the resolution as we have.
The one
So,
we have,
yeah, one we have. Right.
Correct.
Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Harrison?
Yes.
Sweattick?
Yes.
Hambley?
Yes.
Thank you.
Very good. Thank you. Chris Jacob, County Administrator.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Presenting for the Finance Director this morning also. First resolution amends the appropriation measure resolution by increasing or decreasing appropriation levels for multiple departments. Next resolution amends also the 24 appropriation resolution. This is by transferring appropriations between line items for multiple departments. Next resolution performs expenditure adjustments for the Planning Department, Sanitary Engineering, Sheriff, Drug Task Force, and Job and Family Services. Next resolution performs revenue adjustments for the County Home, Drug Task Force, Sanitary Engineer, and the Sheriff's Office. Next resolution is authorizing cash transfers for various funds. The first one on the list is for the additional transfer into the Capital Improvement Fund to pay for the additional cost of the increased scope of the parking project at the County Administration Building. And the others are transfers for the Office for Older Adults from their levy fund into their operating funds. Next resolution is cash transfers for the County Home Levy Fund. This is for the period of April through June of 2024. Next resolution creates a Drug Task Force, Ohio Drug Law Enforcement Fund, and authorizing appropriations. Total amount of this with match is $116,357.18 and is for the period of July 1 of this year through next June 2025. Next resolution creates a Juvenile Specialized Docket FY25 fund and authorizing appropriations. This is a program through the Ohio Department of Health and Addiction Services, a grant award for continued funding for juvenile courts specialized docket program. Next two resolutions are on behalf of the Family First Council. The first is an agreement for Youth Services Coordinator with Alternative Paths, the amount of $50,000 for the period, 1 year period beginning July 1st. Second resolution for Family First is approval of an agreement for Service Coordinator Family First and Health Department. This is a continuation agreement, also beginning July 1st and in the amount of $67,000. Next resolution authorizes the purchase of 7,500 gallons of regular unleaded gasoline at the Engineering Center tanks. Low bid, Ports Petroleum, $2.29 per gallon. And next resolution allows expenses for county officials for travels and meeting and conference attendance. And the final finance resolution this morning is allowing the claims for the weekly bills. This week's total, $1,922,238.98. And then my four resolutions. The first approves an amendment to an agreement for participation with the County Commissioners Association of Ohio Service Corporation for a natural gas purchase program. They had asked us to present this amendment resolution. This would allow for increased term lengths for their natural gas agreements that we benefit by for gas supply for our county buildings, and also provide for a variable administrative percentage as appropriate. Next resolution accepts the material terms of the Kroger settlement agreement pursuant to the Ohio Memorandum of Understanding, consistent with the terms of the March 2024 National Opioid Settlement Agreement. This would also allow the prosecutor's office to execute the subdivision participation and release form on behalf of the Board of County Commissioners. Next resolution authorizes an agreement with Gardner for the replacement installation of a new chiller at the Medina County Administration Building and a rooftop replacement unit at the prosecutor's building. These projects are to be paid from the ARPA fund and had previously been allocated by the Board of County Commissioners for this purpose. The amount for the administration building upgrade is $268,001, and for the prosecutor's building it's $345,541. And then the final resolution this morning authorizes a change order for RMH Concrete and Foundations. This is for the walkway in Village of Lodi, funded out of the block grant program. The additional amount is $1,515.05.
Move to approve the 17 resolutions.
Second.
Moving second, any discussion? I just want to point out the one resolution we have accepting the material terms of the McCroger settlement agreement pursuant to the One Ohio Memorandum of Understanding. We have had historically have approved this agreement in prior. In fact, the One Ohio Foundation, I was appointed to serve in the Region 19 board. We're in the process of reviewing grants, and I'll just say I'm somewhat of a skeptical of the approach that has been taken by the state One Ohio Foundation board. It lacks public transparency and oversight. Lack of consistency, and I think, unfortunately, I'll just say I will be voting in favor of this because it would mean significant loss of revenues to our county as part of the settlement that would come to our various jurisdictions to be able to fund for the programs for drug abuse abatement and also counseling and the other various services available. Unfortunately, I will just say that we're going to be putting more money into this foundation at the statewide level that does lack the transparency, and a lot of that has come from just the politics of Columbus, unfortunately. And I would hopeful that as boards continue, I know it's an ongoing process, but the boards and influence that there will become much more transparent, much more oversight, and I'll just say uniformity. We will see, because there is a round of grants, we in our region have $35 million worth of requests on only $3.4 million to distribute under the current funding. This will mean some additional money. There'll be some future rounds. My hope in future rounds, they'll be far more transparent,
far more consistent, and the ability for the foundation board to make sure that we are spending the money wisely in order to abate the I'll just say the effects of the opioid crisis and on our local entities, our people, and our institutions. But I just want to put it on the public record that I do it with hesitancy, but I don't want to lose the money that would come to the county as well as our local jurisdictions for that purpose, and hope that the One Ohio Foundation Board will take a greater care in making sure in their process that they are much more open and transparent and in conformance with the standards we think that all public money ought to have to follow and the process. But it remains to be seen over the next year how that money's spent, and we'll have to judge accordingly. So I guess that's my comment. Roll call, please.
Harrison?
Yes.
Sweattick?
Yes.
Hambley?
Yes.
Thank you.
Very good. Thank you. All right. Next we have Shannon Ryan, our Transit Director. Good morning.
Good morning. I have one resolution for your consideration this morning, approving the current year 2024 transit agreement with Medina County Board of Developmental Disabilities. This is an increase from a $20,000 cap to a $50,000, allowing business to continue for them as services will be needed.
Move to approve.
Second.
Moving second. Any discussion? Just appreciate the continuing partnership.
Yeah.
Roll call, please.
Harrison?
Yes.
Sweattick?
Yes.
Hambley?
Yes. All right.
So looking at our June update, ridership was down a little bit. It looked like it was in our contracted services with office for older adults, which went down a little bit. We made some partnerships, communications with office for older adults to streamline their services to make sure that with services that were needed, essential services. I think that affected ridership a little bit overall, but we're continuing to see strong numbers throughout the cities and the MC Flex. I'm seeing that the MC Flex, and reading articles and partners around the state, I've seen that this system that we're providing service for is working across the state. So I think we were a little bit ahead of it. Nice to see that most are catching on to what we've been doing as well, and I think the benefit far outweighs all the change we've had. It's kind of settled through a little bit.
Yeah, it was a nice article in the Columbus
I agree.
Dispatch regarding Delaware County and how they've utilized the system and obviously the great support, public support for the increased service level.
Right, right. So that allows us to do more with this same services we have. So looking just down the line, I continue to see efficiencies in miles and fuel, allowing us to reduce cost. We're really trying to make sure that we capitalize on the services we have out there. We did see some increase in trip denials, 17. That was mainly in our longer trips for work programs. And as I dug a little deeper, the first part of this year, our service still provided 36% of our service was for work.
Wow.
Taking people, and some of these outstretched areas, people trying to get from Valley City into the cities and things like that, that's where we see the trip denials. We're unable to get out there to them. But there's a great need for work programs, and we're meeting that with a lot of our service. So I'm happy to say that. The team works very hard to negotiate these trips, but those are trips that just can't reach sometimes on certain days of the week, so to speak. So we also had a great result with partnerships with United Way, Summit, and Medina, and we partnered with Goodwill recently to sell them quite a few passes. They are also doing the work program system, and that was done over the last couple of months, and starting to see those benefits come through right now. Our new vehicles are all into service, and we've disposed of all the previous models that needed it. We are continuing to make sure that we maintenance well and provide the service, and I think us having newer vehicles will help our maintenance cost all the way along throughout this year. So we're hoping to see a benefit.
Do you
there.
think that increase with the United Way and so forth, it helped? You had that meeting with all the agencies and so forth over at the library, and a lot of them connected up with.
That is
helped?
absolutely correct.
Yeah. Okay.
I had Alternative Path reach out to me recently after speaking with First Family, and yeah, it's those speaking engagements prompts interest.
Good.
Information. Commissioner Sweattick attended one not too long ago, and it was a lot of information shared with people that may not know everything about the changes we've done and the benefits to the community. So it was good. A lot of things are blossoming out of that, I'll call it. So
Good.
okay.
Anything else?
We are continuing to hire drivers.
Yes, I see the signs. Yes, posted.
We are continuing to hire drivers. We had a couple hired that did not come to fruition, a couple of resignations coming that we were communicated to. So we're challenged by that, which is always something that we continue to do, and we'll continue to do that.
So, no, have you had any, and I don't mind releasing this publicly, but we've had some behind-the-scenes conversation with Wayne County, because they are undergoing an immense and tragic, I guess, removal of service because of their former partnership with Stark County and no longer actually providing any kind of county service whatsoever until they can figure out how to do it out of Worcester, if I recall correct. Talked with Ron Amstutz and called and to see how we ended up doing, how we formed transit, because they basically have to redo it entirely because of that lack of service, and they've got vehicles there, but no way of getting people anywhere.
I've had more than one conversation about what we're doing, how we're doing it, and also with their community action partners, because that's a partnership with us, and they're asking, what can we do? The model works. I think they have some opportunities to do something. I think it tends to take some time. They're in their infancy where we were 5 years ago. That's where they're at right now, trying to figure out what to do.
I think, well, and if I could, I think that part of the problem was they ended up partnering with a much larger county, and it became so dependent upon them that they were unable to build internally the infrastructure or the relationships they needed to actually go on their own. So they have to start from scratch. Would that be, you think, an accurate?
I think they have a good city base, and
Yes,
I think they
city,
have
right,
12
right.
vehicles, from what I understand, to
Right.
work with.
Yeah.
But I think
Countywide,
that
they don't.
they
Yeah.
need to go back to the drawing board a little
Right.
bit, and I think
Yeah.
the state's helping them. I've been a part of that conversation
okay.
to help them,
Good.
and questions and
Yeah.
advice and things like that. So I think it's been a great benefit to them to have the state involved, but they're still, they're crawling. They'll be walking and running soon.
I think it's a great value when a county tries to do it themselves. Because then you basically, it's more sustainable. If you're reliant upon another entity or the state, then it makes it somewhat precarious.
I
But
would agree
also
with that.
allows
Yeah.
the strategic planning efforts that we've done and things to be tied to the needs of Medina County.
Exactly
So
right.
our spend is tied
Yep.
to the needs of Medina County, which I think is a great return on investment.
Well, as well as I think our relationship with agencies. And I think that's one thing they didn't have in Wayne County because they were reliant upon Stark Transit. And so they didn't build those relationships with all the agencies that essentially had people associated with them that needed transit. So when that was pulled away, they're kind of left all
A strong foundation is key. I agree with that.
with working collaboratively with the other agencies. I think so.
It also takes a lot of fostering those relationships to make sure
Agreed.
they stay strong.
Years. Yes, indeed. Thank you. All
Thank
right.
you.
Very good. Thanks. All right. Debbie Kiley, Job and Family Services Director.
Good morning.
Good morning.
First, 3 resolutions for your consideration this morning. The first is authorizing a contract between Medina County Job and Family Services and the Dave Thomas Foundation. This is a grant that was awarded to our Child Protective Division. And another resolution authorizing the county auditor to transfer funds from the JFS Children's Services SCPA Fund to the Public Assistance Fund. And lastly, another resolution authorizing the county auditor to transfer funds from the JFS Children's Services 4E Fund to the Public Assistance Fund.
Move to approve the 3 resolutions?
Second.
Moved and second. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Harrison?
Yes.
Sweattick?
Yes.
Hambley?
Yes.
Department updates.
Sure, please.
First, I'll just quickly go over Child Protective. The beginning of this year, they made a goal of, they had a campaign, 24 and 24, that they wanted to license 24 new foster homes in 2024. And I am super happy to report that as of this month, July, they've newly certified 13 new foster homes. So they are well on their way to getting 24 this year. So a huge congratulations to them. The balance of my time up here, I want to focus on child support. You have a proclamation in front of you that you'll read shortly, but just a couple of updates. Next month is Child Support Awareness Month, and in recognition of that, we're inviting everyone on August 7th to wear green, even if green is not your color, just to be in awareness of Child Support Awareness Month. That's on August 7th. Also in August, the division is going to offer something called license amnesty. So if an individual who has been delinquent in their non-payment of support, if typically when we suspend someone's license, we ask for them to pay 3 months of back due support before their license is reinstated. In the month of August, for the entire month, if they pay that only 1 month of past due plus $1 will reinstate their license. So it's just giving them a better opportunity to get their license back rather than being indebted for those 3 months. Two, the division is going to participate in a statewide coloring contest. This is actually an opportunity for children, not staff, for children to showcase their artistic, I know, right? To showcase their artistic talent. The State Office of Child Support pulls 3 winners that children's artwork will be displayed in a calendar in 2026. And notably, 2 children in Medina County were selected for next year's calendar, so we're going to eagerly anticipate those kids' artwork. Yeah, in a statewide calendar, so it's pretty cool. So those are just some quick updates for Awareness Month for child support. I have 2 representatives here from Child Support, Ashley Krantz and Angela Smith. They'll come up, and if we can get a picture after you read the proclamation, and they'll say a couple of words.
Okay.
Thank you.
Be glad to. This is a resolution proclaiming August 2024 as Child Support Awareness Month, whereas Medina County recognizes the unique value and potential in each child, and Medina County believes in the responsibility to promote and nurture their well-being, and Child Support Awareness Month reminds us that children need the emotional and financial support of both parents to reach their full potential. And whereas these payments are crucial to provide the everyday necessities for children in Medina County to help them become healthy and productive members of society, and we recognize that non-custodial parents sometimes face barriers in meeting their obligations, and some require service and assistance to do so. And whereas the Medina County Job and Family Services Child Support Division, with the support from Medina County Commissioners and community partners, Medina County Domestic Relations Court, Medina County Juvenile Court, Medina County Court of Common Pleas, Medina County Prosecutor's Office, Medina County Sheriff's Office, Medina County Clerk of Courts, and Medina County Ohio Means Jobs work together to develop child support service and assistance programs to efficiently and effectively collect, disperse child support payments, as well as be a model for child support enforcement throughout the state. And now, therefore, be it resolved that the Board of Commissioners of Medina County, Ohio, hereby proclaims August 2024 as Child Support Awareness Month and recognizes the importance that citizens, community agencies, faith groups, medical facilities, and businesses have in working together to ensure children's success.
Move to approve.
Second.
Moved and second. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Harrison?
Yes.
Sweattick?
Yes.
Hambley?
Yes.
Thank you. Do you guys want to come up and just say a quick?
Please. And then we'll get the picture.
Yeah, Brian's not here. I was like, isn't
No.
I'll do it.
Oh, thank you.
Rhonda, that's her
Okay.
subset duties.
All right, so we're super excited for our 2nd annual community event in support of Child Support Awareness Month in August. Through fundraising and community sponsors, we cannot wait to bring magician, illusionist, and Guinness record holder Rick Smith Jr. to the Haddad Theater on August 17th at 12:15. We have advertised around the county through flyers, handouts, social media, the Commissioner's newsletter, as we've been graciously given a platform there. As last year, this year's event is free to the public, and not only can they enjoy the show, raffles, and snacks, but we also are have available information for our services and can bring attention to our lesser-known services, including free paternity testing, free support establishment or modification of support orders, and the importance of financial support for children as a whole. Most importantly, we want to use Child Support Awareness Month to reiterate the fact that our services are always well-intended toward the children we serve and are family-focused. Our agency wants to give back to their community and provide an event that families can enjoy together, making positive, fun memories with one another. Last year, we hosted families of all sorts. Foster families, we had child daycares show up, groups of teen siblings, and everyday families that were just so thankful to have something at no cost to them that they could go do. This could only be done through our staff and sponsors. So when the Commissioner's letter comes out, please share the event information to others, click the QR code, visit the site, register. review the sponsors. Most of the sponsors on the list, they sponsored last year, and they just have as much enthusiasm as we do going forward, trying to give back to the community that we serve. And so we hope to see you all there on the 17th.
Sounds great. Very good. Thank you. Well, I need a picture here. Hold that.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. All right, Ed Zachary, Veteran Services.
Stacy.
Oh, I'm sorry, Stacy Malakar. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, it is.
You didn't give it to us in writing, so I just jumped to that like, okay, I forgot to look at the list. So sorry.
Okay, I have got some stuff for you. I'm just going to hand these packets out and go through them. So I've got one for each of you. Take one there. So we've got a lot of great stuff going on at the county board. First thing I want to start off is
Thank you, ladies.
Thanking Aaron. He came to our ice cream social and was
They didn't have to ask me
scooping
twice.
again.
I'll say that. Yeah.
Did
I
he
was
give
happy to be
generous
there.
portions? That's what I was asking. Did he like really overdo it?
I think it was one for you, one for me,
That's
one
right.
for you,
That's
one
right.
for me.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a good lower forearm workout. Because it was very frozen ice cream. The freezers are in good shape at the DD board. So
We had a great turnout. We pivoted because of the weather, and
yeah.
we weren't sure, but we had a great turnout. And so it's always a great event. We love that. But some things that are occurring. We have the first thing you have there is our mobile changing unit. So one of the things that we've done with some ARPA funds is we have contracted with Momentum Refresh, and it's an actual mobile unit that provides accessibility for people with mobility issues. Not only people with developmental disabilities, but senior citizens, veterans, anybody that has a mobility issue. We just had it at the Taste of Wadsworth. Had a great success with it. 13 people use it, which was, for the first time and nobody knowing, really exciting that was used. We are going to have it at the fair this year, so we're very excited
Great.
about that. It's going to be.
So where will it be parked then?
It'll be near the public restrooms.
Oh,
So yeah,
cool.
and so it's scouted it out. The fair board's been fabulous, working with us. So again, it just allows people that opportunity
Yeah.
to do things that participate in stuff that we take for granted without worrying about personal needs and that. So very excited about that. And we are in talks with the city of Medina, Wadsworth, and Brunswick, and they are all very excited. So we're going to look at some events that we can get that mobile unit out there, and it's free of charge. It's a great resource. The actual company has an attendant that is there.
Okay.
They'll track the use, so we can kind of really get a good sense of.
So is it a contracted service then?
It's a contracted service.
Okay. Oh,
It's contracted service. We thought that was the best way to go right now.
that's awesome. Really
yeah.
is. That's great.
Yeah. So we're really excited about it. It really, people with limited mobility issues, it just gives them a safe,
Sure.
dignified place for personal care, which is huge. We are next coming up. We have in September, save the date, we have an interactive text expo. We are partnering with Summit Board of Developmental Disabilities and the provider We Thrive Together. And again, it's that getting out to the community, what type of technology out there, maybe it's low tech, high tech, whatever that is, so that people can be more independent. And it gives people an opportunity to see what's out there, vendors that are out there, just another opportunity to find more options. So we're very excited about it. We've got over 50 vendors that are going to be there. So
So it's in Summit Mall?
it's in Summit Mall.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
That's open to the public. Does that you need an advanced registration for that?
Nope,
or?
it's open
Okay,
to the
great.
public.
Good.
And anybody. It doesn't just have to be people with developmental disabilities.
Great.
Anybody that wants
right.
to take a look at that. There's a lot of great gadgets out there that are low cost, simple, that just make life a little easier for
Yeah.
people.
Well, the opportunity is also hands-on.
Yeah.
I mean, go to Amazon or go to, online, and you're not really sure until you actually look at it.
Try it and see, yeah.
No, that's
Yeah.
a great idea. I like that.
Yeah.
It's good.
The other things that we're working on is community experiences. So again, we took some ARPA funds to try a trial run of this. And we've put out grants to providers, independent agency and independent providers to provide some funds so people can go out and do activities in the community. Everything costs something, and folks are on a limited budget. So we're providing those resources, that funding to go out, not only for the individuals, but also for the staff. A lot of times the staff are paying themselves, and they don't have the funds. So again, it's a trial run, and we're having really good participation. Non-medical transportation program. Another program we're doing is we're working with providers to provide transportation for people that work, and it's specifically for off hours, before 8 in the morning or after 5, and people that use wheelchairs at any time. So again, we're trying to incentivize that a little bit so that we can build that base for people that have some challenges with their needs of mobility and time schedule. So, and we've got 7 or 8 providers that have signed up. So
Really?
that
Good.
it's great. So again, trial run. We'll see how this goes, and if that's something we want to continue. The other thing we're providing to providers is Crisis Prevention Institute training. And it's a program, a certified program that teaches various skills on de-escalation, intervention, how to prevent behaviors that may create a safety issue. And so we're going out, we're providing it free of charge to providers that are interested. Again, just increasing their toolbox so that they can create a safe, productive space for people. Some things that have happened already. We had our Safety Town Plus for children with special needs. We have that every year. It's always a great time. The county sheriff partners with us to help with running that event. This year, Medina City Schools also provided their bus, so we did some bus safety with them. Always a great event. And we had our toddler summer splash. We were at the Greenwood Park and Splash Pad. And this is, kids ages 0 to 3 with or without a disability. We've had and we continue to have this great participation. So again, it gives parents, grandparents, and kids an opportunity to play and learn from each other, and really excited about it. So that's something we will definitely continue. Make sure I've shared everything. One other thing I wanted to share with you is about our levy, local match dollars. As you know, there was an increase in this last budget, significant increase on waiver reimbursement. So we had our first quarter invoice, and as we expected, it's gone up 43%. And it will go up again because they instituted the initial increase January 1st. They had also instituted an additional increase July 1st. So, it's what we need. We're happy to pay that because it's keeping the providers earning a competitive wage so that they can do all the wonderful, good stuff that they do. But just kind of an update there. Any questions?
No?
Yeah.
Very good.
Okay. Well,
Great.
thank you.
Thanks.
Thanks a lot.
Exciting stuff. Super. Now, last, I was going to say last, but not least.
I have no resolution, so sit back, relax, and we'll go for
Okay.
it. I think you have the report in front of you. We'll just start out on page 1. Last year, we helped the Department of Veterans Affairs with 264 VA claims. That is through the month of June for 2024, 127 medical and ancillary VA benefits. Our current pending claims inventory in our office is 360 with 24 appeals. The average claims filed the first half of this year is 44 per month, which is all up from last year. On page 2, we talk about the geographic expenditure report, which came in for 2023. That came in late May, early June of this year, which is a little later than usual. This is the dollars that the Department of Veterans Affairs spends in Medina County on veterans in one way or shape or another. Last year, they spent $60 million, $60.5 million on compensation and pension payments, and that's directly what we do. We do those claims for veterans. So we brought in $60 million. That is about a $5 million increase from the year before. That's dollars right in veterans' pockets. About $3.4 million was spent on education and rehab, vocational training, things like that, the GI Bill, Chapter 35 for veterans, children to go to college, things like that. $44.5 million was spent on medical services for veterans in Medina County. We provided 829 transportation appointments this first half of the year for 2023, going to the VA medical centers in Parma, Cleveland, and Akron. And so far this year, we've did 413 rides to those medical centers. All in all, $112 million was spent in Medina County by the VA, which is a $12 million increase. And we'll take credit for $5 million of that. So we think we're doing our fair share. As far as the state of Ohio goes, the MRF applications, MRF is a military injury relief fund for those that served in Iraq and Afghanistan. When it originally started back in, I think it was 2009, you could apply every year. Then they went to 1 year. Now they brought it back to where you can apply for 3 years. We did 32 of those applications. It puts a $500 check in the veteran's pocket for up to 3 years at this point. We did 17 Ohio Veterans bonus applications. The bonus came about in about the same time frame, 2009, for Akron or for Iraq and Afghanistan. Ohio has had a veterans bonus since World War I. Every war since then has had one. They expired 3 years after the end of the conflict. So I want to knock on wood here and let everybody know this one ends August 29th of this year for the Afghanistan veterans. The conflict officially ended 3 years ago on that date. So on August 30th, if you have not applied, you cannot apply. So if somebody hasn't applied yet, I encourage them to do those applications. Puts between $500 and $1,000 check in their pocket, so from the state of Ohio. As far as our local financial assistance, we've had 143 eligible clients the first half of 2024. Our financial assistance, again, just a sign of the economy, remains really low. We've put out about $110,000 this first half of the year. And we go back, 10 years where we were writing, $800,000 a year. And so it's a good thing to see people working and not in need so much. But if they are in need, they can always come into the office and we'll help them. The transit, I know Shannon was up here and briefed it. We provide free rides on the Medina County Transit anywhere in the county. We pay for that as long as they have an ID card from the recorder's office. The average is about $250 a month that we're paying for. So that's how many rides he's providing. We're doing about 70 rides to the VA medical centers every month. So, and we currently have 4 vans. We have a new one that's going to be delivered. We're going to get rid of 2 of them probably in the fall. So as soon as that other one comes in. So we went to the bus entry type van when we got the first one like that, which is a wheelchair van. This one is not. The older folks it's easier for them to get in, and they're asking, hey, we want to take that van. So we just ordered another one because we got to get rid of one anyway. So we'll be down to 3, which is what we're going to go with instead of the 4. So we'll have 2 big ones and then a small caravan for stuff. Okay. The thing everybody's waiting to hear about, the construction project.
Yes.
We can't wait till it's finished. It's on track. They're a week or so ahead. We're supposed to be back in there October 1st. Everything seems to be going well. If not, I'll let Chris talk about that. We're excited. We were in there last week. They're getting cabinetry put in. Some of the walls are painted. Concrete's all in the parking lot. So We can't wait to get back in there. With that said, we're working, we got that community room we built over there. We're working with various organizations right now to try to get them in there the first of the year. I got a contract with Guitars for Vets. We're talking to somebody that does music therapy. We're working with a group out of Cuyahoga County that does writing therapy. Basically, you come in and they work with you over 4 or 5 different sessions to write your story, where we can bring veterans in. So we're trying to put projects and groups in there that'll help veterans, not just with mental health and therapy and things like that, but just to kind of keep them busy. We're also looking at something for survivors. We have a lot of Vietnam veteran widows, so we're looking at some programs for that too. So that's kind of what we're hoping to do with that room, and we're looking at probably the 1st of 2025 to get those things started in there. We've seen 1,185 clients so far this first half of the year, which is a lot when you think about we're a fairly small office. We are hiring. We have a job posted right now for an outreach person, and next month we'll be posting a job for another county veteran service officer to fill those offices that we built over there. We participate with the Medina Municipal Veterans Treatment Court. The average we see over there on a monthly basis is about 7. I know they have more in the program than that, but on a monthly basis, what we see is about 7 people. The homeless risk in Medina County, I know, we're working on the homeless shelter and everything else. We work out of the Summit County VA as far as homelessness. We work with MMHA. Typically, we see about 4 every month in Medina County that are homeless or at risk of being homeless. And if they're at risk, we typically never see them become homeless because we can catch it and work with them. If they are homeless, typically we get them within 3 days, we get them housed somewhere. So, and then, the goal is to get them into some kind of program so that they don't return into a homeless situation. We're still working with the Medina Health Department as far as our dental program. We do provide dental care for veterans that are eligible for our financial assistance program through the health department. It's a great program. We probably see maybe 2 or 3 a month that we send over to the health department for dental. And we're still co-oping with the Parma Vet Center. They will come into our building once the building's done. They're in the office for older adults upstairs right now. So they see about 136 clients the first half of this year. They're on average, I think, about 25 to 30 a month. They have 2 counselors that come over there twice a week. And it's a great service. So once we get the space in our building, we'll bring them over there and won't need to use the office for older adults anymore. Again, we look forward to the continued support that obviously, this board has supported our office great and keeps Medina County a great place to be a veteran. Couple things we got coming up. Medina County Day at the Fair, the Veterans Day at the Fair is July 29th. That'll be in the main pavilion from 11 to 3. We'll have lunch for our veterans. We'll have all the veterans organizations. We'll be doing health screenings, different things like that. And we got music coming in. So it's a good day for our veterans. They get in the fair for free, and we got something to provide them. We have a benefits brief on August 14th here in the city of Medina. You can call our office if you want to come and learn about your benefits. There's a lot of changes always changing. And I already mentioned the bonus. If you haven't signed up by August 29th, do so, and we're hiring. Question?
Very good. Nope.
Have you noticed any, you're settled in at your temporary space. It looks like
We're not settled in over there.
Not settled.
as settled in as one
visiting.
can get. But have you noticed any change in your folks coming to visit you? Is that still steady?
No, I think everybody's found us
Good.
because everybody we talk to on the phone before the appointments, we call them and tell them, hey, remember, we're in a different location. We got a big sign up over at the old location. We get a couple of grumpy people that come over because they forget or they couldn't find it. But no, I don't think anybody's missed us because we've moved. I think
It's pretty clear the old place is under construction.
Yeah.
So if they show up there, it'll probably.
well, it's funny because some of the construction guys have said people have actually walked in the building and go, hey, where's the veterans people? So I think everybody's been able to find us.
Yeah,
So
good.
we haven't had any difficulty there.
Super.
Great.
Anything else?
Thank you. Great report.
Okay.
Thank you so
Thanks a
much.
lot.
Very thorough.
All right, Commissioners' resolution. This resolution authorizing the Medina County Prosecuting Attorney to file a joint application to authorize this board to retain independent legal counsel for the county sheriff with regard to an incident on July 17, 2024.
Move to approve.
Second.
Moving second, any discussion? Roll call, please.
Harrison?
Yes.
Sweattick?
Yes.
Hambley?
Yes. All right. Public comment? Okay, nothing. So we will open up discussion. Chris, you have anything? Oh, defer to Matt. All right.
Good morning. Just one item of discussion, and I'll distribute these spreadsheets here for your review. So we recently were able to complete the master vehicle inventory list. That's what I'm passing out here. In total, we have 320 vehicles under the county's ownership. Of that 320, 251 of them are owned, and then an additional 69 are part of our active lease agreement with Enterprise Fleet Management. So within that spreadsheet, you're going to see a lot of different information for each of the different vehicles, as far as department assignments, condition of vehicle, and how it's being used. So there's a lot of information there for you to look through, but certainly we'd be happy to answer any questions you might have, and then continue discussion as far as how you want to shape policy going forward in terms of the usage of these different vehicles.
All right. And you'll be able to share this in Excel?
Yeah,
sheet
we can
for us?
certainly do that. We'll
That'd be a
share
little
it
bit easier
electronically.
electronically.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, thanks.
The,
All right.
The purpose, frequency, those things, that came directly from the office.
That's correct,
Has
yeah.
it?
So we asked for them to describe the purpose of the vehicle, the updated odometer readings,
Super.
and then the overall condition of the vehicles. This total number, it fluctuates month to month as we have new vehicles that are either coming in as part of our enterprise lease agreement or vehicles that are being auctioned. So that number does change month to month, but this is an active update as of last week.
Fantastic.
Okay.
Good
Great.
job.
Thank you. Yeah, thanks
Thank
for
you.
pulling it all
Thank you for
together.
putting that together. All right.
Okay, thank you.
Great.
Thank you.
Thanks. All right. So I mean, Chris, you didn't have anything from the prosecutor's office or from auditor's office? Okay. Colleen?
I'm, nothing today, no.
Okay.
I would just like to mention, hopefully without embarrassing anybody in the room, but I saw that Sarah Crawford was honored at the AP Awards this week.
Yes, yes,
congratulations.
She's here at our meetings and does a great job, and so appreciate that she was given some much-deserved recognition.
That's
So,
awesome.
Congratulations.
So we got one of their star reporters.
That's
here.
right.
It's like,
Yep.
oh, yeah, that's great. We honored. Anything else?
That's it.
I don't have anything to offer, so entertain a motion.
I will move to adjourn.
Second.
Moving and second, any discussion? Everybody enjoy the great summer weather.
And the fair next
and don't
week.
forget,
See you at the fair.
The fair starts on Monday, so be there. Roll call,
Harrison?
please.
Yes.
Sweattick?
Yes.
Hambley?
Yes. All right. Everybody have a good week.